Hoka and Brooks feel completely different on your feet, and their history explains why. Hoka is a new kid. They started in 2009 in the French Alps with one idea: build a shoe that lets you fly downhill. They even named the brand after the Maori phrase, Hoka won one, which means to fly over the earth. Brooks is the total opposite story. They started in 1914 and they weren't even a running brand. They made ballet slippers, football boots, baseball cleats. It wasn't until 1974 that they built their first running shoe, the Brooks Villanova. That helped kick off the original running boom, and in 1999 they released their first Adrenaline GTS. We even have a review of their latest model, the Adrenaline GTS 25, coming out this week. And then in 2013 they introduced a guide rail system, which has been revolutionary in the shoe industry in keeping your foot centered in the shoe as you move. So these brands began with completely different philosophies, and you can still notice that in their shoes today. So let's begin with one of the biggest differences, and that's the fit. And when comparing each of them side by side on your feet, you can feel the difference straight away. Hoka gives you a much snugger fit overall, tighter in the midfoot and in the forefoot around your toes. This comes from the trail roots, trying to keep your foot locked into the shoe whether you're going downhill or changing direction. However, it's not ideal for those of you with a broader foot, and even with a normal sized foot, I tend to have to get the wide version in most of their models. Brooks is more traditional. It has a very structured heel, it has a universal fit in terms of the width and the length of the shoe, so they're nearly always a true to size. So if you've worn a Brooks Ghost, you're likely to fit into an Adrenaline or into a Glycerin. So Hoka is snug midfoot and a tapered forefoot, whereas Brooks is a universal fit that's often true to size and has good space in the toe box with a variety of width options available. Then neutral shoes are their best selling models of all of their range. So in the Hoka lineup we normally have the Clifton, the Mach and the Rincon. The Clifton is the most popular of these four models. It's renowned for its cushion feel underneath your foot. It's a quite responsive shoe overall and a bit of a workhorse, able to do daily use for lifestyle, for up-tempo running and for all those long miles. If you want something lighter and snappier, you've got the Rincon 4. A little bit faster underfoot, you've got the Mach 6. In the Brooks lineup, we've got the Ghost, the Glycerin and the Hyperion. The Ghost series has been super consistent over the years, giving you very balanced cushioning, a great fit on top and a bit of a do-it-all trainer. The Glycerin is more of their comfort focus range, so it's a little bit heavier than the Ghost, typically a little bit wider, and it feels really premium underfoot. The Hyperion is more of the fast-paced, up-tempo shoe, which can be used for more race-paced workouts. So in terms of the differences, Hoka neutral shoes typically feel soft, cushioned and premium. The Brooks neutral shoes typically feel classic, stable and predictable, so you always know what you're getting with your money. Then we have some of the biggest differences in philosophy, and that's in stability shoes. So in the Brooks lineup, we've got the Adrenaline GTS, the Glycerin GTS and the Hyperion GTS. GTS is their go-to support system, so this is their classic guide rail system that goes on the outside and the inside of the shoe that comes up along the midsole and keeps you centered in the shoe as you move. The Adrenaline with its high drop is for daily use, whether it's for lifestyle use or for running. The Glycerin is a heavier version of this, which is more of a max stability shoe, so you can really feel that arch support underneath your foot. And the Hyperion is a more lightweight, faster workout shoe. We've got a reduced range in the Hoka model, so we've got the Hoka Arahi and the Hoka Gaviota. Now historically the Arahi had a J frame which added support on the inside of the shoe. In the Arahi 8 they got rid of this, so both shoes now have a H frame, which is quite similar to what we see in the guide rail system. However, it reaches across the middle of the shoe as well to give you some torsional stability. The Gaviota 5 is a very plush, soft, premium feel without any definitive arch support underneath your foot, while in the Arahi 8 it loses the J frame, it adopted the H frame only. It's much more responsive, has less padding underneath your foot and has a great rocker. So if you're looking for something with more arch support and a little bit more structured, you might look towards the Brooks range. If you're looking towards more soft, max cushion stability, then you might look towards the Hoka range. Then their max cushion shoes and the Hoka Bondi, which is their signature shoe. This is tall, soft and rockered, one of the most popular lifestyle shoes in the Hoka range. We see this in workplace settings for nurses. Also we see it on day-to-day use, and it's an easy recovery shoe that can be used for long miles while providing that all-day comfort. Whereas with the Brooks models, we've got the Brooks Glycerin Max and we've got the Brooks Ghost Max series. Their latest models have seen a complete overhaul of what they're actually used for. So originally the Brooks Glycerin Max, which was really innovative for a max cushion shoe as it was quite light but extremely responsive, so it could be used for some up-tempo workouts that you can't do with the Hoka Bondi. But its more recent model, the Brooks Glycerin Max 2, is now a bit firmer, wider, more stable underfoot, so it's more of a classic marathon shoe or easy run, recovery run shoe. The Ghost Max series was originally an orthotic friendly model that changed with the Ghost Max 2, but in the Ghost Max 3 it's gone back to its original roots. It's got a really wide platform, loads of space in the toe box, lots of space for an insert or an orthotic if you want to put one inside it, really balanced firm cushion underneath your foot to give you a stable feel even though it's a max cushion shoe, so it feels completely contrasting than what you get in the Glycerin Max or in the Bondi. So when it comes to two models, if you're looking towards Hoka, you're getting more of that soft cushion rockered feel. When it comes to the Brooks model, you can get a firm stable ride or a bit more energetic in the Glycerin Max. And then when it comes to durability, Hoka, this is probably where they've had the most questions over their models, where they lose that softness, that bounce that you originally get when you put them on. They feel cloud-like and amazing, but unfortunately that tends to drop out much quicker than some other brands. They have improved that in more recent models, whereas Brooks is rock solid, especially the Glycerin Max had incredible durability underfoot, 300 to 400 miles. We've seen minimal change underneath the shoe. So Brooks are your steady shoe at a steady price, steady fit, and an all-round great option for most people. The Hoka can be more specified to people who want more max cushion, a great rocker underfoot, a really soft lifestyle shoe, although they have some premium up-tempo shoes as well. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Which do you prefer? Have I missed anything out on this? And otherwise, if you're new to the channel, jump in, subscribe, and check out all of our in-depth reviews of each of these shoes.